everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I'm Nuzhat Sana and in this video I'll discuss today's top current and static general studies questions for UPSC Prelims Examination 2022 onwards. And these questions are framed keeping in view both the factual as well as analytical aspects of UPSC Prelims exam. Also, I would like to inform you that these questions are part of GK Today's UPSC Prelims test series, which is available in GK Today Android app. And the test series for 2022 Prelims examination comprises total of 7500 questions, divided 2500 questions on current general studies and 5000 questions on static general studies. And the series has started from May 2021 and it will end with UPSC Prelims Examinations 2022. So if you wish to access all questions of GK Today UPSC Prelims test series, you may subscribe the test series in the app. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
So today it is your 9th lecture and now let us start. Question number 1. Which of the following islands are located in the Pacific Ocean? So you have to identify which of the following given options lie in the Pacific Ocean. Okay. First is Ryukyu Archipelago. So this is a part of Japan and it lies at the boundary between the Philippine Sea and the East China Sea. And the largest island in this archipelago is Okinawa. So with total land area of nearly 3090 square kilometer, Ryukyu consists of 55 islands and islets divided into 3 major groups. First is the Amami island chain in the north. Second is the central Okinawa islands. And third is the Sakishima islands in the south. So actually the larger islands are generally volcanic in origin and have mountainous terrain as well, while most of the smaller islands are coralline and relatively flat. And the climate is subtropical with considerable rainfall and it is subjected to annual typhoons. So yes, this lies in Pacific Ocean. Second is Aleutian Islands. This is located in the Bering Sea in North Pacific Ocean. And most of these islands fall under US administration while some are under the Russian Federation. Okay. So basically it consists of a chain of young folded mountains situated in the northern part of North Pacific. And these are also treeless volcanic islands. Also the indigenous people of these islands are known as Aleuts. And maximum active volcanoes are found in the northern side of Aleutian Islands. Fine. So this also lies in Pacific Ocean. So it is correct. Third is Solomon Islands. This is located in South Pacific Ocean. And the largest among these islands is Bougainville Island. Now why Solomon Islands were in news? Because the Solomon Islands government has cut the official ties with Taiwan and is switching diplomatic allegiance to the China. And this is in line with One China principle. Actually, China considers Taiwan to be part of its territory and wants to bring the island back into its fold. But Taiwan is split from mainland China during a civil war in the year 1949 and set up a rival government. So now only 16 countries worldwide continue to recognize Taiwan as an independent state. Do remember that India is not among these 16 countries. Fine. And capital of Solomon Islands is Honiara. Now fourth option is Paracel Islands. These are located in South China Sea and they are disputed among China, Vietnam and Taiwan. Why this island was in news? Because recently China warned of a USA warship sailing near contested Paracel Islands in the South China Sea. Actually, China lays claim to nearly all of the South China Sea, including the Paracel Islands. However, Taiwan, Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia and Vietnam also claim parts of this region because they believe to hold valuable oil and gas deposits. So that's why it was in news. Okay. And the border states and territories of Paracel Islands are, I'm writing it here, the People's Republic of China, then the Republic of China, that is Taiwan. Then third is Philippines. Then there is Malaysia. Then Brunei, Indonesia, Singapore and Vietnam. Okay. So all of these islands belong to the Pacific Ocean. Correct answer is option number D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Next question. Which of the following indices recently in news are prepared by World Economic Forum? So you have to tell which of the following indices are published by World Economic Forum. Okay. First is Global Energy Transition Index. It is published by World Economic Forum, yes, and it ranked India at the 87th position among 115 countries. Okay. Second is Economic Freedom Index. Actually, this is not published by World Economic Forum. Rather, it is prepared by the Heritage Foundation and the Wall Street Journal, and India was ranked at 121st spot. So this is wrong. Third is Global Firepower Index. This is an annual defense review of 138 countries, and it gives each country a power index score based on more than 50 factors. And India was ranked at 4th spot in this. Also, this is not released by World Economic Forum. Rather, it is prepared by Global Firepower. This is not correct. And last is Human Freedom Index. This is actually given by Cato Institute and Fraser Institute based on 76 indicators, and India was ranked at 111th spot out of 162 countries. Fine. So this is also not correct, and only first is correct. So right answer is option number A, that is only 1. Now next question. With reference to various international initiatives or projects that were in news recently, consider the following pairs. So there are 4 projects that have been given, and you have to identify the subject matter written with them is right or not. Okay. First is E2025 initiative, electronic vehicles. Is this project related to electronic vehicles? Actually, it is not so. This project E2025 initiative was launched by World Health Organization in the year 2017 for eliminating malaria in 21 countries by the year 2020. And following its success, later another 25 countries were identified for the initiative. So no, it is not related to electronic vehicles. Second is STARS project. Is it related to healthcare? First of all, what does STARS stands for? It is Strengthening Teaching, Learning and Results for States. And it is a 500 million USD project by the World Bank and the Indian government to improve the Indian education system's quality. So this project is related to education sector, not healthcare. Okay. This is also wrong. Third is Project Dantak road construction. This seems to be right because the project Dantak was started in the year 1961 to construct motorable roads in the country Bhutan. And over years, it has led to the establishment of several infrastructure like, for example, Yonfula Airfield, then Thimphu Trashigang Highway, telecommunications infrastructure, and etc. Actually, this was a result of the visionary leadership of third king of Bhutan and the then Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru. And basically, it was tasked to construct the pioneering motorable roads. Okay, so this is right. And last is Plan S Science Publishing. Here S stands for shock, and it is an initiative by Coalition S, which is a group of European research agencies and funders. So this was launched in the year 2018 for open access science publishing. Okay, so this is also right, and correct answer becomes only 3 and 4, that is option number D. Now next question. Which of the following United Nations organs or agencies has recently launched Rainforest Initiative? First of all, what does this term stands for? It is Renewable Energy Futures for UNESCO Sites. So as the acronym says, it is related to UNESCO. So basically, it seeks to demonstrate the value of UNESCO sites as climate change, field observatory sites through sustainable use of renewable energy sources. And the basic objective of this initiative is to provide the international community with these global climate change field observatory sites involving the sustainable use of environmentally sound renewable energy sources in the UNESCO sites. Means both type of sites, biosphere reserves as well as World Heritage sites. In short, it will promote the projects that have demonstrated positive results in the field of renewable energy and energy efficiency and also have the potential to be replicated. Okay. So this was an easy question. And last question is, with reference to various DRDO interventions towards COVID-19, which of the following are correct statements? First is, Sevak is a robot. Yes, Sevak is a robotic solution that has been developed by DRDO as an alternative to hospital staff. And this robot can be teleoperated from a remote location for distributing food, water and medicines to the patients. Okay, so this is correct. Second is, Parak is a rapid testing kit. It is not actually a rapid testing kit, rather it is a mobile laboratory for COVID testing and again developed by DRDO, and these are actually BSL-3 laboratory facilities. What are the BSL-3 laboratories? These are actually used to study infectious agents or the toxins that may be transmitted through air and cause potentially lethal infections. So these laboratories are designed to be easily decontaminated. BSL stands for biosafety level. So this is wrong. Third is, Swagatam is a sanitizer dispensing system. What does Swagatam stands for? First of all, it is sanitizer with attendance, gear and temperature monitoring. So this is basically a system for temperature monitoring, sanitizer dispensing and non-contact card based attendance. Okay, this is right. And last option is, Taran is a ventilator. This is a SS wheelchair based patient transfer system developed by the DRDO, and it enables safe transfer of COVID patients while protecting the healthcare workers from airborne infections. Okay, so this is not a ventilator. Correct answer becomes only 1 and 3, that is option number B. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. If you want to give any type of feedback, suggestion or review regarding these lectures, you can tell us in the comment section. Definitely we will try to implement that. And now we'll meet again tomorrow with 5 more new and interesting questions. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. And please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.